Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. It is the time now for the Tennis World Cup. The beauty about tennis is that they have 4 World Cups. They have the Australian Open, they have the French Open, they have Wimbledon, of course, and they have the US Open. So the second World Cup for tennis is on, and then there is just one king. Will he continue to do the impossible? Will he continue to break records? We do not know. When you win more than 100 matches in a particular turf, then it tells you that, yes, he is the man. But the way it is, we told you last week that from the half that he is in, the king is, first and foremost, let us say this because the prince has been dethroned. In the first round, the man we expected to push him to inherit the throne from the king, Dominic Thiem, was sent back in the very first round. But Nadal is still there. Djokovic, the world number 1, is still there. Federer, the man with 20 big one, is still there. But then all are in one half, which means from the quarterfinals, you expect them to knock themselves out. And whoever survives will meet the other one. That is, if that other one travels fast. So you are going to see a Federer, a Djokovic, and a Nadal. One of them only has the chance of playing in the final. And the other half, yes, there are still some of those hot heads, some of those young talks who are saying, it is our time. Nadal, you've taken this thing too much. 13 times lucky, 14 times what is going to happen. This is the 14th time. But the man is hot, hot, hot. Because yesterday, he met the American, Cameron Norrie, and it was, how do you repeat? When you repeat yourself 3 times. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Okay, we'll talk tennis. We'll talk tennis because the biggest news actually is not who is going to win, but coming out of that place is the fact that, yes, Naomi Osaka, the soft-spoken activist, because we saw what she did in the US Open last year, when she wore that mask, showing all those blacks that were being victimized, and she did it from the first round to the final where she won. And she said, I have this phobia talking to the media. I have this stress talking to the media. I go through this mental problem talking to the media, and then especially when you lose, that it is not fair to her. Of course, personally, she feels she has that, but she feels that they should tinker the rules. They should tinker those rules, that the person who loses should not be interviewed. Allow the person to go, let the winner talk. Because the loser is asked, what question do you want to ask her? How? Of course, they say, you have to be graceful in defeat. How do you do that? You are humbled. Of course, there have been instances where other big names have, skipped it after. Serena has done that before. Even Roger Federer have done it before. But then they say, look, it is not often. Define them. But she's saying, this is a definite statement. I won't be doing it for this one. And then we'll look at the implications of Naomi Osaka quitting the French Open, why she quit, and probably what might be the result. Because she said, I'm going for some time. How long will that be? Will it be for a week, a month, or maybe after Wimbledon? We do not know yet. While that is going on in Europe, in the US, of course, it is also the slamming and dunking the Basketballers World Cup, because we are into the semifinals. And like we are saying that, some of the big guns in the female seats in Roland Garros are being thrown out right there in the US, in the NBA. There won't be, of course, there was no Steph Curry because the Warriors didn't make the playoffs. But then, for the first time, after going 14-0 in the first round of the playoffs, yes, the king himself was knocked out, and there will be no Lakers, there will be no LeBron James, there will be no Warriors, and there will be no Steph Curry. But then the other guys are on. Let's see if we can give you the latest result. In Monaco, the last race, Charles Leclerc, did it, came on pole in his hometown Grand Prix, but he now did it back-to-back in Azerbaijan, ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. So today we are going to look at a lot in all those sports. But then 5 years ago tomorrow, the great one himself, the big boss himself, left Mother Earth. He went there to stay with the angels after achieving so much right here on earth. And tomorrow will make it 5 years since we lost Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. We are trying to see if we can look at Keshi's legacies. We're trying to see if we can look at what he did, his life, as a footballer, as a leader, as inspiring youth, picking them, his belief in the Nigerian project, in the Nigerian dream, and how that was achieved. We shall do that in this show as we pay tribute to Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. So, but then in boxing, you don't take that away. The man, he made so much money that he changed his name to Money. Money Mayweather. He was named Floyd, but he says, I'm the money man. I make money. Even in retirement, he's fighting a joker. I'm sorry, he's fighting a joker. He's fighting a YouTuber. He's fighting a man who fought one fight and lost. And I tell you, he has already collected $30 million before the fight today. So how do you do that? Full-time fighters are not doing that. But here is a guy who is doing it. But then the Catalan is in the house, and I normally like starting from him. We try going to Catalonia when we talk with him. Theo, how are you?
Okay, good afternoon.
But you got here after all the traffic.
Yeah, the traffic. But we are here.
And the show must
go on, exactly.
I want to start there. Easy, calm down. Don't. I know sometimes I know why I threw this question to you guys. Barcelona says, as it is, we are retaining Ronald Koeman. He's going to be the coach for another season.
Ken, remember 2 weeks ago, Ronald Koeman's agency, the agency that represents him, put out a tweet, a very cryptic tweet saying, it's like a lover telling his beloved that,
yes,
I want to marry you. So, but let me go out and search for other options. If in 2 weeks I don't find another option,
I will come back.
I'll marry you. Now, that was the state of things with Ronald Koeman and Juan Laporta's the president of Barcelona at the board, And eventually, they decided to stick with Ronald Koeman. Yeah, he won. We were talking about it during the weekend. After all, he won a title for Barca last season, and he has the Barca DNA. Again, please, you have to stop saying that. Because a man that has the DNA, but he is overlooking, if not the brightest talent coming out of La Masia. Talking about Ricky Puig in recent games, and
because he didn't come out from La Masia.
Yeah, he get that, but he has the Barca. Let's not forget his goal in 1992 won Barca their first Champions League trophy.
So he's the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of Barca.
Exactly. There we go again. Well, yes, he's beloved at the Camp Nou, but a lot of Barca fans do not think he is the right man to lead the club forward. There have been a couple of signings at the Camp Nou in recent weeks. Eric Garcia came in from Manchester City on a free transfer. Sergio Aguero came in from Manchester City as well on a free transfer. Memphis Depay is still negotiating with the club all the way from Lille. And Gini Wijnaldum, he looked like he was coming to Barca because there was a verbal agreement, but it looks like
PSG wants to hijack him.
PSG have doubled what Barca is offering.
Why can't Barca triple?
Well, with the current economic state of the club, right now, I don't think, But it looks like Aguero coming down to Barca, it looks like Messi is going to stay because Aguero's father came out during the week and said it's something they always wanted to do for a very, very long time. Aguero is Messi's best friend, and he'll be playing his trade at Barca next season. But it just goes to show you how delusional things can be at some big clubs because Luis Suarez was kicked out for being too old, only for Barca to sign Sergio Aguero, who is exactly the same age as.
But was it the age factor that made them that made them send? Well, the guy didn't just like him before he came in. Yeah, he had made up his mind. Remember when Pep went from team B to team A? Yeah. He already had his list that. Yeah. These guys, this one will not be there. Yeah. This Eto will not be there. Deco will not be there. Yeah. Ronaldinho will not be. You understand? Yeah. So he said, these guys, my dressing room, I want to manage it. Exactly. Even if they are the best of talent, I can't keep it. Only Eto stayed back because Eto couldn't get a club.
No, actually, Eto stayed back in 2009 because he reached out to Laporta, who was president at the time.
Yeah.
And in his memoir, he said, I spoke to the president. I told the president that before Lionel Messi came to being who he is right now, whenever Barca needed bailing out. I bailed out the club on multiple occasions, in different games. He said, you don't just kick me out of the club just like that. So Eto'o got one more a year extension. Scored in the Champions League final. Went on to win that final, and the following season moved to Inter Milan under Jose Mourinho.
And still scored a goal in that final.
And he won. No, he did score in the final, but he won winning the Champions League back-to-back. Yeah. That was sad for me. I don't want to go back to that.
Don't worry.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes, Aguero might be preferred due to the fact that a lot of people believe that Luis Suarez has become complacent at Barcelona, just relying on Messi. He's missing more chances that he should have converted. But at the end of the day, you want to look at both of them.
Just one bad season.
I mean, and he went on to score 21 goals and win the league for Atletico Madrid after almost 7 years.
Yeah, and got a video call from Messi.
I hope they get it right. I really hope they do. I really hope they do.
Okay. Yeah. So that is it. He'll be staying, and in England also, not surprising that Pep and Diaz was surprising to me as player of the season.
Because he never won a single man of the match award. But you want to look at the influence. The impact, that he had over the course of the season. Manchester City had a lot of defensive issues last season. And just like when Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk and he came in and stabilized the team. Diaz came into the Manchester City squad in his first season and was literally a rock in that defense. I was talking with a couple of people last week and I said very few players had a guaranteed starting shirt in Manchester City. That's Ruben Diaz being number one, the goalkeeper, Ederson, and then Kevin De Bruyne. Every other player was basically being rotated.
But there was the synergy between himself and Stones.
Yes, John Stones, funny enough, had been on the fringes.
Yes.
Even at the last season. But it's like with Diaz coming in and everybody at the back line literally stepped up. And I think it impacted positively on John Stones because now he has made the squad for England going into the Euros. So I think it was a good one for even John Stones in himself. But Ruben Diaz been in,
so he's the Bruno. He's the Bruno.
Exactly. The impact Bruno Fernandes had at Manchester United. He had to give on the other side of Manchester. He was really impressive. Yes.
All right. We're trying to see if when we're through, we'll reach out to somebody who will take us through and talk about Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. When we are set, we shall actually do that. But then. Let's talk about Naomi Osaka. She came up with that statement first time that said, "Look, I won't be doing statement. I won't be doing press conferences anymore. Whether I win or lose, I won't be doing it." And then she won. When she won, she kept to what she said. She will do, and. Bam, the hammer came, $15,000, and that's the thing. If it is possible, probably we can look at the statement, her statement first, and then we'll now know what she reacted to, before she said, what prompted that particular statement from her to say, look, I am quitting. Maybe you can, if you can read it for us, probably we're able to get it. Okay, it's up.
She says, "Hey everyone, this isn't the situation I ever imagined or intended when I posted a few days ago. I think now the best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being is that I withdraw so that everyone can get back to focusing on the tennis going on in Paris. I never wanted to be a distraction, and I accept that my timing was not ideal and my message could have been clearer. More importantly, I would never trivialize mental health or use the term lightly. The truth is that I have suffered long bouts of depression since the US Open in 2018. And I have had a really hard time coping with that. Anyone that knows me knows I'm introverted, and anyone that has seen me at the tournament will notice that I am often wearing headphones, as that helps me dull my social anxiety. Though the tennis press has always been kind to me, beg your pardon, and I want to apologize especially to all the cool journalists who I may have hurt. I am not a natural public speaker and get huge waves of anxiety before I speak to the world's media. I get really nervous, and I find it stressful to always try to engage and give you the best answers I can. So here in Paris, I was already feeling vulnerable and anxious. So I thought it was better to exercise self-care and skip the press conferences. I announced it preemptively because I do not feel like the rules are quite outdated. Okay, I feel like the rules are quite outdated in the part, and I wanted to highlight that. I wrote privately to the tournament apologizing and saying that I would be more than happy to speak with them after the tournament, as the slams are intense. I'm going to take some time away from the court now, but when the time is right, I really want to come with the thought to discuss ways we can make things better for the players, press, and fans. Anyways, hope you all are Hope you are all doing well and staying safe. I love you guys. I'll see you when I see you. Signed, Naomi Osaka.
Okay. From what she said here, we can take it. He said, look, I am not a natural public speaker and get huge waves of anxiety before I speak to the world media. She now said, I was already feeling vulnerable and anxious, so I thought it was better to exercise self-care. But then she now went on to say, look, I do feel like the rules are quite outdated in parts, and I wanted to highlight that. So which means it is, apart from herself, she's already feeling that probably, this is it. But before she quit, let us take the statement from all four, not just the French Open organizers, but all four slam put together a statement, because this is what pushed actually to say, look, the fines, I will pay the fines. Okay, let's take that.
Okay, he said, we have advised Naomi Osaka that should she continue to ignore her media obligations during the tournament, she would be exposing herself to possible further code of conduct infringement consequences, as might be expected. Repeat violations attract tougher sanctions, including default from the tournament. It was a joint statement on the 4 Grand Slams.
Yes. So just now the statement. So look at it. It's not just say, okay, we are finding is that you are fined $15,000 in the first one. A second might be 50, other one might be 100, and the next one might be. We might even now. Yeah, we might. She's the highest paid female athlete in the world. Yeah, so forget it. So you can, no matter how much you want to fine her,
she can actually afford it.
She can pay the fine.
I get what she's driving at, and there's something she said here. She said. She takes the talk of mental health very seriously, and she would never trivialize it.
Yes.
I've watched her attend a couple of these daytime shows or midnight shows, and from the way she even speaks, you will know that she's not a social person.
She's not.
With the reluctance and a lot of the show hosts, they try to get her to speak. Remember when she was on this popular one, Ellen? They were really trying to get her to talk, but she was very, very, very shy. So you can imagine when she has to speak to the world media. And she's always on headphones.
And especially when she loses again.
I mean, come on.
Check out even matured coaches in football, and when they come to do press conference, go and ask Mourinho a question after that.
And half the time, like Mourinho will tell you, I can't speak now because if I speak, I'll be fine. It's emotional for quite a lot of them. Not because someone that is introverted. And then she quickly stated that she has suffered bouts of depression since 2018. I think depression is not something that should be joked with, because a lot of people have taken their own lives as a result of battling depression. So yes, and after this came out, after she gave this statement, a lot of support.
Okay, Chris Evans, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, Steph Curry, everywhere. I mean, I tell you that
every sport came out to support. Although some people were of the mindset that, they understand what she's going through, but at the same time,
it is an obligation.
It's an obligation.
That you are, of course, the sponsors, that because when you speak, that the background, everyone want to know what you are going to say, and then that is the period. But then you get those two things. Sometimes they do it on court,
and
then off court after the game. After game, but most times you interview the winner on court. The other one has packed her bag or his bag to go and wait to be interviewed, to be asked. And then the sister tweeted something before this, when she lost in the clay court tournament before this, and they said she's not good on clay. So it like they are making her believe that that she's not good on clay. That's what that the sister said. That it is affecting her. That self-confidence to go in clay means I'm going there, I am not good enough, based on their quiz, and their question will be based on that. You've won on hard courts, you won 2 US Open, you won 2 Australian Open, you've not doing well on clay court and stuff like that.
But, so again, I think well, personally, yes, she's easily the best female player at the moment as it stands, and she's really doing well for herself. But she's still quite young. I believe it's something that she can actually come back from as long as she gets the help that she deserves. But at the same time, in a game, or basically, we are an elite athlete. It gets to a level whereby you have to talk to the media. And that's why she apologized to the media guys who she feels have been nice to her over time.
She said, I think from what she's saying, outdated. Probably you might say, okay, fine, a winner, you go and speak. But a loser let it be optional. If you want to talk.
Even in football, it's just that tennis is a single, football is a team sport. You win or you lose, you must select people from your squad who will go and face the media.
You know how uncomfortable it is.
You have to face the media.
Good. So somebody who is having a mental issue.
Exactly.
So how will you not know? You not
I guess I believe that she will come back from this stronger. Probably work on herself.
Those who want to talk, allow them to talk. Those who don't want to talk, give them the option of not talking.
She's the #1 female tennis player in the world. I didn't want her to be safe. I want her to be okay. But she has to speak. We want to hear what she has to say even in defeat.
Because she has a lot of nice things she says.
Yes.
And I think actually her interviews have been bombed. You understand? We look forward to it. It's excited. I remember the first interview she made after she won the US Open, and I think it went viral.
She was just pouring accolades on Serena Williams. She's always admired her.
She's humble.
But now she's saying now that she struggles with these things.
Yeah.
So yes.
And Serena said, "I wish I would just give her a big hug."
Yeah. I wish Serena would give me a big hug too. But yeah, one of those.
Okay, so I know somebody is watching both in the studio. So when you start running your mouth, he has not been married 2 weeks. He wants to hug Serena.
Okay. Serena Williams, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to go on a very short break. When we come back, Channel Sport on Sunday continues. Stay with us. Okay, welcome back. That is the Channel Sport on Sunday. We've been talking about tennis, Naomi Osaka, and then the Kuman DNA. Pep, not surprising, being the footballer. Is it the manager of the year, the manager of the season in England? He won the league by a distance. He just gave there is this thing we say in the local parlance. When somebody's trying to play 3 or 4 matches, say back tire, not overtake front tire. There is no way it could have happened to him. But then we are trying to see if we can connect with Austin Popo, if he's around. He is the facilitator for the Community Football Foundation. It's something that has been, we've been trying to see how we can get that thing done. Alternative to government-owned football clubs, community coming and look at what's happening every part of the world. That is the German model that they have. So, is this something innovative? And we are saying if we can do that, he's a man that understands and knows Stephen Keshi very, very well. Would kind of getting him together and get those things from him. But we'll try and see if we can connect. When we get through to him, we shall bring him live to you on this show. Jimmy has just joined us. Jimmy, you are welcome to this show.
Yeah, a very pleasure to be here. I don't know about the Barcelona DNA, but I know about the Channel's DNA.
Yeah.
The Kids Cup.
The
classics, the athletics classics.
Yeah, the classic, by His grace, will be on in November this year. We'll try as much as we can, so that we can come back to life. And then Jimmy's just putting that in, and we shall look at that. But we are still right there in Spain, as in France, in Paris to be precise. Nadal, they just unveiled a statue, you honor a guy while he's alive, not after he's gone. He's still active. He's still in a position to win. And then he goes into the Roland Garros and he sees this giant, statue of himself. How he has been, knocking people around.
I think that's commendable, and we have to take clue from that. Reward your legends when they are alive. Praise them. Give them their dues. Most importantly, in this part of the world, give them their dues. What they have done is to honor the greatest player on clay, the one that has been the maestro. He has been the one that has torpedoed everybody, every opponent on clay. His win rate is fantastic, and definitely when he gets on court, almost always he's going to win. So the fact that they are honoring him this way is just magnificent, and we have to applaud them for doing this. Whilst he's very much alive, very much active, it's a living legend, and that's why we are delighted about this.
Let's see if we can see that his statue, because that statue is so big, Nadal's statue that was unveiled. I think that statue is so big, but this is him doing his thing in this current show going on probably before we leave, we should be able to get. That is the statue itself.
Yeah.
And that is the man.
With that left hand.
Yes.
Yeah. So not taking anything away from Nadal, you begin to ask, whenever is the Australian Open going to do one for Novak Djokovic, and also at Wimbledon, Roger Federer. So
I mean, let them win 10 first.
No,
this one is on 13.
I don't think there was any benchmark. There wasn't any particular benchmark.
This is dominance. This is
utter dominance.
This is dominance. The only other person that can say come close to him, Bog, who will win
1-11,
transiting from
clay
to grass
seamlessly and winning. With the benefit of hindsight, you look at it, he retired at the age of 25 and won 11 Grand Slams. And you look at it, the likes of Dominic Thiem are approaching that age. And they are
Jimmy, sometimes you look at when you come on, who are those who are there? It is like when Arsenal and Manchester United were dominating in England.
Exactly.
I mean, Blackburn was able to win because the golf was not that there. When Chelsea came and pumped that billions into the team, there is a golf.
Yeah.
You understand? So
and it tells the story. It tells the story of the top three.
Yeah.
The way
at 36,
the way they have dominated and still are domineering right now is just incredible.
Jimmy,
we are not appreciating them enough.
Talent. You see, you can't take it away from talent. Some of the people who are playing they are not as much talented. They have to practice more. Something that comes effortlessly to Nadal or Federer doesn't come.
You almost mentioned Ronaldo, Ken.
No, of course. Ronaldo and Messi.
Because it's still the same thing. When it comes to Sherian,
because
you see dominance.
Because
because
LeBron James talented. Of course, somebody did discover that talent early, nurture that talent, and then they now kept practicing to remain at that
at that
level.
Again, the modern sportsman now, you have to focus more on your body and what it wants. Because you're looking at longevity. Man, look at LeBron James for one. He's done it for so long. He's been
14 times he has won it.
And a lot of people have come and have gone, but LeBron has remained at the top of the game. I overheard Kylian Mbappe was talking about while he was on duty with France this week. He talked about Messi. He was squeezed on Messi and Ronaldo, and the exact words were, "You really cannot compare." Because what those guys have done is so stratospheric. You don't bother trying to achieve.
No, not at all.
Just focus on your own.
Run your own. Exactly.
The first day Manchester United played Sporting. That the day they met Ronaldo. It was a friendly. Manchester United versus Sporting Lisbon. And then Gary Neville didn't play the right back that day. It was O'Shea that was in right back. And I tell you, this tiny boy tortured O'Shea so much that at the end of that friendly the players went to meet. It was the players that sign him. You understand? So he has been talent. The talent has been there. He just takes something to nurture, and then his focus. He was focused to achieve what he's achieving. Are we free? If we are free, because I'm itching to see how we can take on this interview. Let us know. All right, I'm told that Austin Popo is ready. Maybe where can we go straight to him? Hello, Austin. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Ken.
Okay. Relax. I know. Tomorrow, tomorrow it will be 5 years since we lost the big boss. And what are the legacies? What should we be doing that if he was alive, he would have been doing? I said, this is what I want to emulate from the life that Keshi lived, both on and off field. Hello, Austin. Are you there?
If he was alive, I think one thing obvious that he'll be doing. Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clear. Very clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear. Go on. Yes, very clear. Yeah, go on. Very clear.
Yeah.
Go on.
If Stephen was alive, one thing that is very obvious is that today, I think he was very passionate about what's happening in domestic football. And that one was AFCON 2013. He really focused on giving the home-based players opportunity. Talking about Godfrey Obobona, Azubike Ebake, Chigozie Agbi, Ruben Gabriel, Sunday and a lot of us. Deliberately, for the fourth year lecture, we choose a title that would have been pleasing to him if he was alive. Okay. Talking about the contribution of traditional institutions to sport development at the grassroots, the CFF approach. CFF approach is a very unique approach that has to do with creating community ownership football clubs in the community. I think Keshi would have been very pleased in such because there's a relationship between domestic football and community football, which you are aware. For Stephen, I think on Monday, this will be the fourth edition of this lecture. We'll be able to keep the memory alive, not just with the lecture, also with the National Under-17 football tournament. This is going to be also the fourth edition, and the committee for organizing the competition will be also inaugurated during the lecture. We are hoping that we should be able to Obazua. Obazua is the Stephen Keshi Football and Vocational Training Center set up to immortalize him, do what he will be doing at this level. So we've invited everybody in within and outside football. We are open for a massive turnout. The minister has been invited, the NFF president has been invited, the deputy governor of Edo State, which is also an ex-footballer.
Okay.
Invited. Fortunately to
Austin,
I can listen to. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to this. The memorial lecture is you're doing that. This is the fourth time you are doing it in memory of the great Stephen Keshi. But what you're talking about community football, community football. What is you've been going from local government to local government inaugurating? Is it each local government should have their own football, football club? Is it what is the ownership structure? Is it going to be owned by because if it is local government that is owning it, it's not another part of government, or is it the people or the traditional rulers? I can say a lot of traditional rulers that that you people are unveiling. What is it all about?
Coming again.
I'm talking about. I say you
coming
guys,
again, Ken.
Yeah, you're talking about the community football, a structure that you guys are having.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking that is it going to be owned as because you people have unveiled a lot in a lot of local governments in Nigeria, and I don't know how many by now. You have maybe 20 or 30 local governments or 40 going on. We have 774, yeah. So the road is still far. Yeah, go on.
Well, the CFF is Community Football Foundation. It's an NGO. I wanted it could take us 10 years. It really doesn't matter. I think where we are going is to let people understand that the people actually own football. Football does not belong to individuals, so to speak. We decided to choose the Barcelona model. The Barcelona model is membership. You are aware that for this year, they had about close to about 100,000 members from membership fund came to vote president and other board of directors. So what we are now is
I think we are. Yeah, we are doing. Yeah, Let's see, because the audio is not too clear, Austin. We're trying to see if we can. Probably, maybe if we can just do an audio, because we have a lot of cracks from there in Benin. I don't know. So let's see if we can get it clearer. We'll come back to you if the network is clear. If the network is clearer. But what they're trying to do is trying to inaugurate football teams in the grassroots, go to the Obas, the Obis, everywhere where the emirs, to now have, teams in each of their local government domain. But like I said, I've seen one or two areas where the local government chairmen were also involved in getting all that. So I wanted to do some clearer. Probably bring him to the studio and see. But what there is tomorrow they are honoring the great Stephen Okechukwu. It will be the 50th of his death. He died 7th June 2016. So that's 5 years. It will be 5 years tomorrow that he left Mother Earth. And they are saying, look, we have a memorial lecture in his honor. It has to do with grassroots sport development and then the place of traditional rulers getting involved in it. We're very much interested in trying to know how that has been going, how it will run, and then probably all the state government owning teams can also let the people own it instead of doing that. So we'll try if we can get back to him. We'll do that, and we'll still also open the lines for you guys to join the show today and discuss whatever you want to discuss on it. But let me go back to Jimmy. Jimmy, he mentioned a lot of persons. Today it's like we moved in 2013 when we won the league. We had Azubike, Egwekwe from Warri Wolves. Yeah. We had Godfrey Bobina from Sunshine Stars. We had Ejike Zoeni from Rangers. Yeah. We have Ruben Gabriel from Kano Pillars. Then Chigozie Agbim from Rangers, and the man who scored the winning goal was number 19 on that Sunday was Sunday Mba, and he was also playing for Rangers. We have a whole lot of home-based players when we won those are the almighty Côte d'Ivoire to proceed and get on to the finals. So what is happening? Have we stopped producing the talent stopped coming from the league or whatever?
Okay, so I think it's a product of the fact that the league had been comatose, so to say. Yes, it's been running, but it's not been running functionally. It's been running as if it's Jeon in local parlance. We're not playing professional football. But as at 2013, what I could see that Stephen Keshi did was to invest heavily. He invested his trust heavily in the homemade lads. And, taking 17 rookies to the Nations Cup and achieving what he did achieve. It says a lot about the fact that there are actually talent spread across the land. Yes. All you need to do is harness them. Now, I personally believe that there should be a strategic policy in place to ensure. You have said it that the minister said, 25% domestic, blah, 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 the Super Eagles. We have not really seen that because we do not have a football philosophy.
Okay. Let us rejoin Austin now. I think he's on phone, and let us just wrap this interview up. Hello, Austin.
Oh, sorry.
All right, do come back. We still gonna get this thing done. Let's see how we can get it done. I'm too better. I mean, when the network wants to do you, don't worry, we'll just do that for you. Okay. We see how. Let's hope how we can get that belief. We can reinstate that confidence. Yeah. In our players here.
What I would think is that for any serious footballing nation, you should invest more in your domestic game. Because if you have your domestic game running, then it makes it a lot more easier. You spend a lot more less. Yes. Then it makes the players a lot more serious because they focus on the fact that, yes, we are playing this league. It may not
and they have opportunity. The thing is that I don't apologize on times. I don't want to apologize on this because when Rock came in here, his statement was that he was not going to use players in the lower division. He was not going to use players in the league. When you give a blank,
found out things they had
until when he was beating South Africa came and they were beating, he run that to players in China. Players in
and you're having players that only play 5 minutes.
5 minutes because of a league. And you bring in a player that has not played up to 90 minutes. So these things are there, but then the coaches, it is their team. They pick who they want to pick.
But also we can criticize. And we should not be seen as enemies when we say it the way we say it.
Well.
Ken. I've heard a lot of, okay, there's so much misinformation, so much misconceptions, falsehoods and all that. But we are dealing with a federation that had never been transparent. They had never been transparent in their contractual dealings. They had never been transparent in the way they dealt with even the media men themselves. So, you know, when they say these things, you begin to wonder, you are trying to tackle misinformation, misconception. The question begs, what exactly have you done to ensure you put things in the right perspective, you do things the normal way, you make sure that when you have something, put it on the table so everybody can critique? Because we all are stakeholders at the end of the day.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
We all are stakeholders. We have 42 federations. If some of them are not, you can look at other federations. There are still other federations that are there. There is the wrestling federation. There is the basketball federations. athletic federations.
Wow.
And stuff like that.
Wow.
And then, you know, we spend so much time in politicking. We spend so much time in, you know, in quenching bushfires. We put those fires on instead of pushing forward. Others have challenges. Ours are rudimentary, and then we've not gotten out of that particular level, and that is where the thing is. The lines are open. You can join us, according to my producer. So you can join us. You can join this the talk. Let's go straight to Azerbaijan. Charles Leclerc back to back.
Charles Leclerc.
Despite the fact that it was on pole the last time out, I think it still was surprising that it was, you know, go on pole. One would have expected it would have been that duopoly, Verstappen and Hamilton, because that's what we're seeing at this point in time. Verstappen, for the first time, has taken the lead of the champions ladder, and just 4 points between the two of them. But you are beginning to see that Red Bull are coming into their own right about now. From 2019, 2020, changes to the front wing, changes the snaps in the for low force and all that. Now it's beginning to, you know, play out positively for them. One would not say Lewis Hamilton is not doing his part, but some way, somehow, it looks like they do not have what it takes right now, and they are only struggling. You could say they are sandbagging, but at the end of the day, the result as being churned out right now is
Jimmy, Hamilton has won two. How many races? Has won two races.
Yes. But now, I think we need to go it comparatively because we were used to Hamilton.
Jimmy, it has to be a competition.
And then, you never said that last season. You never said that.
Okay, wait. Who do we have? Uche. We have Uche on the line. Hello, Uche. How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon, Ken.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Uche.
Good afternoon, Bonla. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
A bright Sunday.
Very bright Sunday. With traffic everywhere.
Okay. I wish to comment on the Naomi tennis thing.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, people are different. Yes. And those bodies should recognize individual difference. If a winner has won, fine. For a loser, please, it should be optional. It's not everybody that can handle it. And you know, in the media, you guys, you know, the way you come after some people, sometimes mercilessly. Last time I had to talk about how you can help with the man from the Olympics. The man was sweating, but you were hard on him. Having said that, they should actually take individual differences into account. Then secondly, and in the same vein, the match between Cameroon and Nigeria, it's like there's a media blackout on the outcome. Is it a sign of the Naomi syndrome? When you lose, you don't let us rest. Nigeria has won. When we win, Nigeria has won from morning till night. Now we have lost. I'm not even sure of the outcome. Please confirm to me who won and because your silence, I'm deducing that we lost.
Uche, you know who won. You know who won the match, Uche. I don't like what you're
admitting.
It's by deduction.
Okay. Nigeria did not win the match.
Okay, they lost.
No chance.
Uche, Nigeria did not win the match.
Okay.
We have been told it's not important. Yes, it's called.
Okay, my pet project, NNL.
Yes.
And the allegation. What is the update?
We still haven't gotten the update on that, but I think Jimmy.
Investigations are actually ongoing from our own side because there had been talks about irregularities, and somehow they addressed it, but they were not being too forthcoming. I think we'll give you a proper update when most of these other investigations had been concluded.
Uche, your telly is so loud that it is vibrating here. Okay. I know. No, thank you, Uche. I think you want another. You want again. NNL. One day we'll bring the NNL guy to come here. We'll bring Ama Ignis on the show, and probably I know you have your day. We are going on another break just now. Yes, Uche, we have to go on the break. You took just this one, and when we come back, Channel Sport on Sunday continues. All right, you're welcome back. Okpa in the house. Okpa Ajala, you're welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I just having watched the Nigeria and Cameroon friendly. I think it's good to remind people that we don't have enough FX and CBN.
What is FX?
Foreign exchange.
Okay, that's why we are clear. That's why we are clear.
I take you back to when they were proving the Abacha loot or Abacha asset.
Yes.
Paul Oguma, the then CBN governor, said something which I will never forget, that the late Abacha asked for, I think, £3 million. CBN said, no, they don't have pounds. So he said, okay, give me TC, traveler's check then, about £4.3 million. So what I'm driving at is this: CBN cannot print foreign currency. They can only print Naira.
Okay.
And we paid Roa in FX. We don't pay him in Naira. As at Friday, I think dollar was closing at 502 Naira. Pounds was 710 Naira. So I don't think as a nation we have enough to waste.
In other words, we are not getting value for money.
We are not.
So are you saying what Raw is offering? Do you have any coach in Nigeria that can do what Raw is doing?
Ken.
Okay, Ruben. Let us take this. Ruben is callers from Sapele, one of our favorite callers. Hello, Ruben.
Hello, Mr. Ken.
Ruben, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Fine. It seems that if I was speaking English, it will not be fine. But the users they play for this country.
Who they usually play again?
What happens? I'm telling you. Look at all the friendlies. Nigeria played their own. They did not give excuse. Nigeria, anytime they play, they will give excuse. What is happening to our national team now? They should help us. I beg. We are watching this match with so much passion, even if it is friendly.
But you said it's just a friendly.
It's a friendly, but when we watch, we don't always like to lose, especially when it comes to Cameroon and Ghana. We don't want to lose to them.
Okay. Just like England and Scotland.
Yes. So we don't know. I don't know how long this experiment General is doing will last. Let us begin to see the resemblance of a team that will play, or with our first 11, then gradually infusing some players into the team, so that we can have at least anytime we want to play, we are sure that this is the lineup, and we'll have a good match to watch. Not trying players here and there, and you give some people 13 minutes, 15 minutes to play. Such impact will not be felt. And we keep doing that. When we come to the main game, we change the squad again. It's not a good thing for us. I think General should sit up. If we are going to sack him now, let us sack him. If we are not going to sack him, then let us tell him to sit up now. This is not time to experiment with nations.
Okpa said we don't have enough money to pay. So if we sack him now, we are going to take loan. We are going to take loan to pay him because his contract was extended till the next World Cup. So if you sack him,
we have a way of doing this in Nigeria. He's not the first that will go. He will go one way or the other. Will fit his bill
until FIFA writes you.
Somehow. If it means we get to FIFA, no problem. But let us save our football first.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ruben. We should need to save our football. Okay. All right. That is. We've talked about that. So it's 46 days to the Olympics now, and then right there in Tokyo, a lot of things, it is either this side or this side. While they are counting down from the started 4 days ago, they started 50 days countdown. Probably you can see them doing that. 50 days countdown to the Olympics. Today is 46 days to go. A lot of mouth-watering performances, out there. Jimmy, Shelley and Price. 10.63. 10.63.
The second fastest
woman. No, second fastest woman.
The second fastest time ever.
The second fastest woman
ever.
Yeah, because the 3 fastest times were run by Flo Jo.
49, 10, 61, 62.
And she did 10.63. Yeah.
And she died in 1998. She did all these times in 1988. There had been
a year after this guy. And France was born in 87.
Exactly. There had been speculations about maybe she was on drugs as at then. Unfortunately, she died 10 years. It could not be substantiated. But now we have somebody that has done herself a whole world of good at that age.
After giving birth.
Nearing 36. Called Mommy Rocket. Initially, she was called Pocket Rocket. Now she's Mommy Rocket, going so hard at it. I think initially she was just thinking of qualifying through the national championship.
Yeah.
She wasn't really thinking of the times. But now that she's got the time,
fastest time in the world.
I think that a lot of people will begin to talk.
Let us go to Calabar because we have Collins on there. Hello, Collins. Hello, Collins. You can please, if you can call back, just try and join the team. We expect.
What the goalkeeper then? It was not an accident.
And I think something shocking with the Flo Jo 3 all-time best.
Yeah.
After she died, there was this poll that was conducted that we want to win an Olympic gold medal and die 10 years after. And surprisingly, about over 60% of people say yes.
Yes.
Do drugs, win Olympic gold medal and die 10 years after.
She did not do drugs.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
She shaved off.
I'm not saying that.
Over half a second at that point in time.
There is a difference between there is sometimes people are suspecting that Usain Bolt, even when scientifically proven that probably he's on drug or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you say what is his name? Is
Gatlin?
Gatlin.
Yeah.
Gatlin. I mean, twice he tested positive for drugs.
Yeah.
Because yes, that one you say yes. He did drugs. But in Usain Bolt, they scientifically tested. They measured how how many seconds, microsecond, his leg touches the ground. How many strides it takes to do the 100 meters. So it was proven.
Yes.
The introduction of the biological passport.
Oji is here with us.
Yeah.
Hello, Oji.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hello?
Hello, Oji. How are you?
Yeah. Oji from Ketu. That's from Ketu.
Yeah, Ketu is close by here.
Yeah,
we passed through there a few minutes ago.
What I'm trying to say is this,
Yeah.
When our players are trying, they are trying, but it's only when they are playing with other people, man to man. And they only just system, this ordinary training. So ordinary training will be like just, we're not serious. But when we are serious, you will see that things will change.
Okay.
People are always complain.
Okay.
But they are trying hard. But I believe we encourage them to do well. So that we'll be international everywhere they go.
Okay.
So that's what I want to contribute. Just people always complaining, which is not right. They always encourage them quickly have to move forward and forward. So that the next people will not follow them and change their style.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Oji. Oji said it's friendly now. They are taking it gingerly.
I think it belongs to the game to spare, qualifying with the game to spare family.
What is it? It's also friendly. So why would they break their leg when they are playing friendly?
He even said the outcome is not important.
Yeah.
Yes, of course it's not. But again, if you look at the what constitutes the team, the constitution of that team, and prior to the friendly, even in the course of the friendly, it has been the real DNA.
Anyway, Okabari also have been doing some sub 11
three times already.
I
think she has done 21.
And And the Boston
she has done it 21 times.
That is in her career. But this season, she has just done it. She has done it thrice.
And the funniest thing is the two of them actually burst onto the scene the same year in 2008. That's Shelly Ann. In 2008, also she won the Jamaican and also won the gold in the Olympics. And our own won the bronze medal.
She has won 2 gold medals now
exactly. And I think that Blessing, yes, Blessing. Despite the fact that she's doing a lot, you know, a lot more better than she used to.
Donald,
we may just see her in the final.
Let's take Donald.
All right.
Hello, Donald. Donald, how are you? Are we there? Port Harcourt is not too far by phone. No. What is happening? We couldn't take Collins, we couldn't take Donald. And the same axis, Calabar and Port Harcourt. And it's not as if we're marginalizing you guys. So just try and see if we can get that.
The major win for Blessing Okagbare is the fact that she got a master's from Texas Tech, a university, you know, very synonymous with sport development, where some of our athletes have, you know, gone, developed themselves, won medals, and really have done well. And I think that one day we'll see Blessing Okagbare come back, try to impact on the society by giving what she's, you know, giving back to the society based on what she had been able to learn whilst in school.
Yeah, we've said that a lot, and also we've been saying one thing we have not done, trying to hold our own universities and higher institutions accountable. Let us see, show us your scorecard. What have you done? I've heard beautiful things about University of Port Harcourt, University of Lagos, and so let us see, apart from those two, which are the other universities that are doing that. ABU in the 80s used to be very good in basketball. We have computer Scott Naji. I mean, they blow every team away. I remember when they went to Nuga 84 in Ife, and they blew all teams up. They played Ife in the final, Uniben in the final, both male and female. All right, Simon is from Lagos here. I know this one will not cut. Hello, Simon, how are you?
I'm fine. I just want to react to. Sorry, my name is Simon. Calling
Simon,
from Lagos.
Yeah. Go on.
I just want to react to some callers about the last match between Nigeria and
Cameroon. Yeah.
I think, from my own opinion, that our boys played very well.
Okay.
It's a friendly match. If you watch the second half, actually we dominated the game. Although we couldn't get a goal, but that is not the point right now. Look at the harmony, the play, and all that. They did a very good job as far as I'm concerned. I was even somehow not agree with the match analysis after the match. They were talking about 46 ball possession, no, 43 to 57.
57, yeah. They had 57. We had 43.
Yes, that one was not even correct.
Okay.
But to me, it was not. The analysis was not actually correct.
But can you measure ball possession from watching it? That is what the stats give out now. So you have to agree with that. It the stats.
Yes, from the.
Simon, we had more shots on goal than the Cameroonians.
Of course,
but then
of course.
We have more shots off
The
target.
second half was actually fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So anybody's goal, because
stand-up performer.
Okay.
One thing I want to tell people is that we shouldn't take it as a bet right that any match you must win and all that. If you are looking at winning, we can't build a team. It doesn't work that way. You have to look at how the play at this stage we are now. We are looking at how they can communicate the midfield, the attack, the defense, how they are working together and all that. I think they are not doing bad.
Simon, but what most guys were saying was that they couldn't string about 4 passes together. It was just there, and shoot. You understand? There has to be that synergy, that understanding, built from the back, coming on the, whatever. It wasn't there. So everybody was just trying to shoot and shoot and shoot. They were not creating chances. When you create chances, somebody takes them. But when you don't shoot, the goalkeeper can shoot now. You're all shots. It's okay. If you feel you are satisfied, at least that, I'm happy that some Nigerians said they loved what they saw. We all can't come from the same side. But I agree with you on what you saw. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you, my guy. Okay. What else are we looking at? It's almost all there.
Again, after almost 5 years, I don't think that is what we should
concluding
be seeing.
comments. Yeah.
Well, like Okwe was just saying, after 5 years, I don't see any visible football philosophy coming from General. There's nothing that shows that we have a football pattern that can actually win us games so that we are dominant and teams can actually fear the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
You said the fear factor is not there.
It's not there, and I think Izat is actually with Bordeaux in France rather than the Super Eagles.
Yeah, we take that because okay, all right. That is how they stand now. He's talking about the Formula One season.
Yes,
Max Verstappen
105.
and
2 wins, and 105 points.
Hamilton has 3 wins.
101 points.
Yeah, and this is the 6th.
Verstappen has been on the podium more than him.
Lando
Norris,
McLaren.
Bottas is not even performing well.
Okay, that is the same car. So it tells you how good the driver is. Someday we'll look at that. But he just talked about Genetro and Bordeaux. Because we're talking about Keshi. Keshi was fired. They said somebody submitted his CV for the Cote d'Ivoire job. But Genetro came out and said, I'm prepared to assist you in Bordeaux, even if I am still the coach of Nigeria. And we didn't hear PIM from the FA. Someday somebody will be taken into account and we shall see how the same board is treating a Nigerian coach and treating a foreign coach. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.